Hello, welcome to Active Bryant Systems. Get the body and fitness you want with a holistic approach. And what I want to talk to you tonight about is about personal training courses. Okay, so the first personal training course that I did was the YMCA Personal Trainer Award. It was tough, and I did enjoy it, and it did give me an insight into the personal training world. Now, if you're a personal trainer, or if you're thinking about becoming a personal trainer, really think deeply about the courses that you're going to do. Now, I recently had a client friend that went straight into the Chek practitioner world without doing any PT work or doing any PT studying. Now, in my opinion, this is a big mistake because, as you'll see, how in-depth the Chek stuff is. It's majorly in-depth. It is absolutely amazing. You will make thousands and thousands of pounds once you've spent thousands of pounds. And I can tell you my rate is now £200 an hour, and I have many clients that try and book me for my rate, and you can guarantee success with what you do with the Chek system. So I'm just going to talk you through the YMCA and what I had to do, the different modules, so you get an idea compared to NASM and other fitness courses out there that are very basic, and you may be doing it online. Now, if you do any course online without any practical knowledge, when you're doing it practically in the gym, you will find it very hard in which to deliver what you've learned online. So this is why I love the Chek Institute. This is why I love the YMCA, because you've got to do the home study, you've got to do study in class, and you've got to do it practically. So they pass you as they see you can do certain things. Okay, so the first one that I had to do with YMCA was business skills. Now, I found that I was quite a natural at this, considering the business skills manual is quite in-depth. There's a lot of stuff in there. It did help me. But one thing that I will say is that I've been speaking to more and more personal trainers charging £10, £25 and £45. Now, I was charging £45 18 years ago. So if you're charging £45 and you just come into the industry, you are a complete idiot, because you've got to pay tax, national insurance and gym rent or business rates if you've got your own premises. So £45 in today's economy and market is not the correct fee to charge. And I'll do another video on fees and charging. So this is business skills. Really, really good course. I think it was about 5 days that we did, and we had to do a big exam before they passed you. Okay, so the next one was fitness training for the older adult. Really good course as well, giving you the knowledge on how to work with arthritis, diabetes, and different ailments that older people get, like frozen shoulder, arthritic bones, heart problems, and stuff like that. So that was a really good module to do. Then the next module is fitness training edition 2. So this is for the older adult again. Okay, so the next one is gym training. So I had to do a gym trainer course to learn about how to use the gym, rep sets, loads and tempos. Now this is very basic stuff, very, very basic. They haven't looked deep enough into the elite professionals like Paul Chek and Charles Parlequin out there in which to get the best information. So this was okay, but very basic, so good to start with. Okay, the next one is exercise fitness knowledge. So that was okay, a little bit thicker, goes a bit deeper into stretching, muscles, heart, VO2 maxing and stuff like that, which VO2 maxing, if you've got a diaphragm that's shut down, doesn't really work anyway. The same with body mass indexing, doesn't really work. If you're working with a sprinter with 9% body fat and he's 5'11", but he's 16 stone of muscle mass. Or if you get somebody like Mike Tyson that was 15 to 16 stone at my height, 5'11", any doctor would say he was obese, but he was the heavyweight champion of the world. So that would put the doctors wrong with the BMI again. Okay, so the next one is circuit training that I did. Then I did group indoor cycling, which was really good. I enjoyed that, which I now know is fad torture for anybody with hip, knee problems or people in adrenal fatigue. The next one, base knowledge of the older adult again. And then I've got here, which is fitness assessment and exercise counselling. That was another good module. And then the next one is walking. You'd think that that would be pretty easy to understand, but there's still quite a bit you need to know about doing a walking component when you're taking clients over the park walking. So I would add to that walking, they didn't put in walking meditation and stuff like that, which they could have added to the module to make it better. But because you've got so much to learn, there's how many modules? You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 different modules I had to do to get my YMCA Personal Trainer Award. Okay, so to get that award was really, really good. I enjoyed the process. But then when I was in the real world, I realised that what I learned was purely not enough to work with people with injuries, people with mental emotional disbalances, people with fungal and parasite infections and stuff like that. And this stuff that I'm talking about, I learned through the Chek Institute. So the first one with the Chek Institute that I did, this is an old manual, it's now updated and new. Advanced Program Design. Now the difference between the YMCA is that the YMCA, they didn't give you any videos with your manuals. So with the Chek system, you get the manual or the book to read and DVDs and lots of recommended reads and exams at the back. Now, Advanced Program Design, absolutely fantastic. Really get some awesome results in my own body and my client's body just with this prerequisite. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through different prerequisites and what I think of them, but there's lots of them with the Chek Institute. So that's prerequisite number 1. Prerequisite number 2 is Swiss ball training. Okay, so Swiss ball training was really good. Understanding the Swiss ball, understanding the knowledge of the Swiss ball, and why it's in the Chek system. Unfortunately, I recently had a client and she went to a chiropractor and the chiropractor said, "Oh, your back's hurting. You should never use a Swiss ball." And then I said to her that Swiss balls have been used by physios since the 1950s in which to get people out of pain. So your chiropractor doesn't know what he's talking about and we need to use the Swiss ball. And because she pays me a lot of money per hour, she listened to me and we managed to banish her back pain. So excellent course again, another prerequisite. So that's 2 prerequisites. So prerequisite number 3 is scientific core conditioning. Now scientific core conditioning is very thick. The exam is quite hard. And with the Chek system, as you go up in the levels, the exams get harder and harder, not easier. But if you're determined and you push yourself like I did, you will become a level 4 or a level 3 or whatever level you want to go to in which to become elite at what you do. So with scientific core conditioning, you will learn how the core relates to the lower back and how the lower back relates to the core. You will learn about how to assess the core and how to strengthen the core in a functional way so the client does have a strong core, and you learn how to test it. Unfortunately, in the YMCA course, there was no talk about core strength or even how to assess it whatsoever. So really, real shocker when I started doing this course. It was very in-depth, really enjoyed it. Got about 6 DVDs with it, with Paul talking about the core and how important it is to strengthen it and what he's found in his own experience. Okay, so the next one, which is really, really good, is scientific back conditioning. So scientific back conditioning really helps you to understand what clients need to do to strengthen their back. Okay, so you've got to strengthen the core and strengthen the back at the same time in which to keep clients out of pain or to get them out of pain over time. And if you don't do this, and you only strengthen the back and you don't strengthen the core, blah, 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 you won't get that client out of pain. Okay, so the next one I did, which is really brilliant, which was neurodevelopmental conditioning. I really like this course, and there's lots of bits in it I always refer to when I'm talking to clients. So if I get a client with that's seen a trainer for a long time, I just recently got a client that worked with a personal trainer for 15 years, and in the 15 years, the trainer never assessed the guy's flexibility. So I done a quick assessment on his flexibility. We done some neuromuscular work to loosen him off. He had chronic hip pain that he couldn't get rid of. Within 3 weeks, it's completely disappeared. And in the Chek system, I say to my clients that you will improve by 1% every week as long as you do the things that I ask you to do. And everybody does. So neurodevelopment conditioning, very good course. I highly recommend it. Because these courses, the way they're presented, how I'm presenting them to you, are quite old, it's all done new now. They're in a new manual, or a new book you get, and you get new up-to-date DVDs. So the next one here is called Advanced Program Design. So Advanced Program Design, you may say, well, you've already done program design, why do you need to do advanced? Because advanced goes much deeper on how to work with injured people and how to really get the exercise programs right. So I've seen many exercise programs from physios and other trainers when the client comes to see me. Eventually, way too many exercises for that person that's got so much pain. I had one client that had knee pain, hip pain, shoulder pain, and the physio had given him 27 exercises. I cut it down to 4. And within 5 weeks, the guy's back pain had gone, shoulder pain had decreased, and he was feeling much better, because in the Chek system, you learn about the nervous system, which YMCA and other courses don't teach. So the next course, which I really loved, was Equal But Not the Same, which is all about training females, and females are more, Paul says, females are like Ferraris and men are like dumper trucks. So what he means by that is that women are much more fragile. So you've got to be careful how you train a woman. As a guy training female clients, their moods are up and down. 1 minute they want to train, next minute they won't talk to you, the next minute they want to be beasted. It's, a minefield when you train a woman compared to training a guy. If a guy gives me jip, I can give him a slap, but I can't do that with the woman. That's a joke, by the way. Right, so those are all the prerequisites. Once you've done the prerequisites, then you've got to sit the main courses, and most of them are like 5 to 11 days. So this is Exercise Coach, which many people do. They do the Exercise Coach, they do level 1 and level 2, and wet themselves when they've got to do level 3, because they've got to do case histories and prove that they know what they're talking about and that they've studied it fully, so Paul can pass them at level 4. Okay, then you've got the, where's the next manual? Okay, then you've got CP, the Golf Biomechanics Manual. Absolutely brilliant. I've worked with lots of golfers. This works every time. The information in it is fantastic. Really good information that you can really turn a golfer on to what you're doing with them. I've got a golfer that's been with me for 3 years. Obviously, he's very happy. Oh, this is the Scientific Back program, which is the new one. And this is the manual. This is the book that you get with the DVDs. So it's all up to date. It's all in a book. Lots of questions, lots of answers, lots of really good stuff in here. I highly recommend it. Even if you purchase one course, you would still outsmart your competition on the gym floor. Okay, so the next one I did was HLC1. HLC1 is there. I made the money back from HLC1 It used to be called Nutrition and Lifestyle Coaching, but they had to change it. And I made the money back in the first 6 months. I made it back very, very quickly because I'm very good at sales. And the knowledge that you get from that is just superb. So I did that, and then I did HLC 2. Look at HLC 2. Look at the manual. It's ginormous. So I did that, and that was phenomenal as well. That was mind-blowing. Really, really enjoyed that. And then I did, this is HLC 3, which again is mind-blowing. Really good amount of information. I've kept all the manuals because there's always a time when a client asks you a question you're like, I've seen that somewhere, I'll go and find it. And as you know, I've got hundreds of books behind me and in front of me that I use to brush up my knowledge, or if a client gives me a question that I'm not sure of, I know I've got the book in which to look it up in. Okay, so the next one we've got is, this is the one that everybody fears in the Chek Institute, or the guys that start doing the Chek program, but it's absolutely amazing. This helps you to really get awesome results in clients, and it's called CP3. Okay, so CP3, before you do CP3, you have to do case histories, and if your case histories are not up to scratch, they do not allow you to do it, which is brilliant. So it's just stopping the ones that are just doing everything quite fast and not doing it in depth enough in which to get the qualification. Then after that, you've got Chek 4. Now Chek 4 is when you get to work with Paul one-to-one personally for 11 or 12 days. You can't do it in the UK, you have to do it within one-to-one. I highly recommend it. It's absolutely brilliant. Paul is an absolute genius. I booked him myself for some private coaching. That was not a cheap day or a cheap process, but I did enjoy it, and it was really well worth the money. Okay, so the extra courses that I've been doing, this is a course I've done with a level 4 practitioner, and he's got his own studio and stuff in London. I would recommend it. I don't know if he runs it anymore, and it's I'm just trying to find a page that represents what it's all about. So this was all about discal and spinal issues. So there you go. So it's all about the spine and about what you can do and what you can't do with different operations and stuff like that. So I found that to be really good, but the disappointing thing was we were supposed to get a DVD, and once we bought the manual, but we never got the DVD, and that really pissed me off. So he still runs courses, but I won't do any of them simply because I didn't get my DVD. And I think that's out of order, especially when the amount of money I paid. Okay, so the latest course that I'm doing, which is nothing to do with Chek, nothing to do with anybody else, I wanted to get a detoxification qualification, which I've got with Functional Diagnostic Nutrition. And so I did International School of Detoxification, which I'm starting now. And here I've got the exam. Here I've got the internal detoxification manual there. And then I've got the Miracle Source book there. And the book is excellent. I really enjoyed the book. So that's a course that I'm working on now. And the next course that I'm working on is a neuromuscular therapy course, which is over there, which I'm not going to go and get it. So the neuromuscular therapy course is all about loosening off the body and realigning the body using manual therapy. I did do a sports massage course as well. So the reason why I've shown you all this is that if you want to charge £200 an hour, you can blag it and bullshit your clients and they will pay it if you're good at sales. But really, if you haven't done the studying, do you deserve that right to charge that amount of money because you're not going to get the results that I get, unfortunately. So you may say I'm a bit biased because I haven't done NASM, I haven't done these other courses. But I realise with the Chek Institute, because it's so deep and so thorough, this is not easy to get, for one. Two, you've got to be passed by Paul. Three, you've got to spend a lot of money, which I don't mind spending because, you know, you've got to invest in your education and in your knowledge to help other people. So with fees wise, which I spoke about at the beginning, if your fee is too low and you're ashamed of charging more, up your education, then you will want to charge more. But if you stay, say, level 1 PT, then, and you're happy there and you're paying your bills and you're going on holiday, doing all the things you want to do, then that's fine. But remember that if you don't invest in yourself, who else is going to do that? And if you want people talking about the results that you get, or have 45 testimonials like I've got on my website, the only way you're going to get that is by doing the ultimate. And in my opinion, there's no other course out there, as in for fitness professionals, that is as long as 6 years, 7, 8 years, as long as the Chek Institutes. And as you see, the massive manuals and the time and effort I've had to put in, and I've got calipers and things out to measure the whole body, which are absolutely fantastic. They always work and always give me an insight of what I need to do. So if you have any questions about YMCA or any training courses, or you're thinking of doing a course and you want my opinion, then please comment at the bottom. Please like, please subscribe to the video. I hope this will help anybody out there that's thinking of becoming a PT. If you're thinking of becoming a PT, don't look in the short term, look at the long term. And I was talking to a PT earlier on this week, and his rate was £75 an hour, which is great, and then his lower rate was £45 an hour, which is terrible. But then he proceeded to tell me that he had a successful client base, but then couldn't afford me, so he wasn't as successful as he was saying. So remember that just doing lots and lots of courses is not going to make you successful neither. You have to put the time and the work in. So if you look at my YouTube channel, I've got over 2,000 subscribers. If you look at my Instagram, I've got 1,300 subscribers. If you look at my Twitter account, I've got 3,000 subscribers. If you look at my Pinterest, there's over 2,000 to 3,000 subs. But I've had to work at that and keep pushing myself to do it. The same as offering a service that nobody else offers is all about pushing yourself to be wanting to become the best at what you do. And when you love your job as much as I do, putting time and effort into studying, it's just a joy for me to learn something new and to learn from other people that know more than me. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, please like the video, please share the video. And if there's anything you want me to look into or anything you want me to mention, then please let me know. I will be uploading a video about what I eat in the day to keep my muscle mass and at 47. So I look forward to chatting to you again soon. Hope the music in the background wasn't annoying, and look forward to chatting to you soon. Thanks very much.